Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss vapor absorption system. So in this vapor absorption system, first we are going to see which points we are going to cover in this lecture. First is the introduction. Second, working of simple vapor absorption system. Third, desirable properties of binary mixture. Next, actual vapor absorption system. Next, three fluid vapor absorption system, which is we are also calling Electrolux refrigeration system. Next, LIVR absorption system. Next, application of vapor absorption system. After that, comparison between vapor compression system and vapor absorption system, and then numerical. So these points we are going to cover. So first of all, we are going to see the introduction of vapor absorption system. Basically, vapor absorption refrigeration system belongs to the class of vapor cycle, similar to the vapor compression system. However, unlike vapor compression refrigeration system, the required input to absorption system is the form of heat. Hence, these systems are also called as heat operated or thermal energy driven system. Since the conventional absorption system use liquid for absorption of refrigerant, these are also sometimes called as weight absorption system. Similar to vapor compression refrigeration system, vapor absorption refrigeration system have also been commercialized and are widely used in various refrigeration and air conditioning applications. Since these systems run on low-grade thermal energy, they are going to be preferred when low-grade energy such as waste, heat, or solar energy is available. Since the conventional absorption system use natural refrigerants such as water or ammonia, they are environment friendly. In this lesson, the basic working principle of absorption system, the maximum COP of ideal absorption refrigeration system. So the basic properties of mixtures and simple absorption system will be discussed. So here in this case, we are going to see that how the compressor is replaced by an absorber, generator, pump pressure reducing valve. And this vapor absorption system is discovered by the Michael Faraday in 1824. So we have seen the introduction of the vapor absorption refrigeration system. Now we are going to see the actual working of the we are going to see the simple vapor absorption system, and after that we are going to see the actual vapor absorption system. So the simple vapor absorption system, in simple vapor absorption system you can see we are generally using the water or ammonia as we have discussed previously, because those are the eco-friendly. But first of all, we are going to see the introduction of all parts included in the vapor absorption system. First part is the absorber. So this is the absorber, you can see here. The function of the absorber is to absorb refrigerant vapor by its weak solution in a suitable absorbent. Thus, it forms rich solution over here. So, as we are seeing here, cooling water we are going to circulate inside this, and ammonia solution. So, the low pressure vapor are introduced in this, and strong solution of ammonia is converted. So, keep in the mind, in the absorber, low pressure ammonia vapor will be converted into the strong ammonia solution. Next, refrigerant circulation pump is provided. and the function of this pump is to raise the pressure of rich solution received from the absorber up to the condenser pressure. So the pressure increment is going to be happen over here. Next important point is the strong solution is supplied to the generator, and in this generator the heating coil we are going to be used. So that's why strong ammonia solution which is coming, the function of the generator is to distillate the vapor from the rich solution with the help of heat energy supplied, and heat energy supplied from the heating coil over there, and leftover weak solution is again supplied to the absorber. Keep in mind the strong solution which is supplied to the generator, and it is converted into the high pressure ammonia vapor, but remaining weak solution again supplied with from the pressure by reducing the pressure into the absorber over here. Why we are going to reduce the pressure? Because we know that here in the absorber low pressure fluid we have to be introduced. As there is a low pressure, then absorption process will be effective over there. Next point is we are going to be discussed is the condenser, and in this condenser the high pressure ammonia vapor will be introduced where cooling water is coming, and this converted into the liquid ammonia, and from this liquid ammonia we are finding that the primary function also suppose we are going to supply the accumulator over there, then the primary function of the suction accumulator is to catch and hold the liquid refrigerant. Basically, accumulator controls the flow of refrigerant. So the accumulators used to control the backflow of refrigerant to the compressor also. So therefore, vapor absorption system consists of the condenser, expansion device, and the evaporator with absorber, pump, generator. As compressor is replaced, as we have seen in the vapor compression system, it is replaced by this system over here. Next point is the receiver. In the receiver, the tank on the liquid line between the condenser and expansion valve is called as the receiver. And refrigerant receiver are only installed in the refrigeration system when absolutely necessary in order to maintain the simplicity and to avoid the excess cost. So receiver control the refrigerant flow. Sometimes after the receiver, we are using the filters also over there. So filters are used to remove the impurities in the refrigerant. So the filters are used to maintain the component clean and remove the suspended particles from the refrigerant. Next, we are going to see the expansion valve. So in this expansion valve, we are finding that reduce the pressure and keeping enthalpy parameter constant. And after that, it will be introduced into the evaporator. And in the evaporator, cooling action of the occupant will be takes place. And we are finding that from the evaporator, low pressure ammonia vapor will be introduced again into the absorber. So keep in the mind, the liquid ammonia is coming over here, and from expansion valve, reducing the, we are going to reduce the pressure. So low pressurized liquid ammonia is introduced into the evaporator, and in the evaporator, low pressure liquid ammonia absorb the heat from the occupant, and it will be converted into the low pressure ammonia vapor over here. So this is the simple vapor absorption system. Now, in this simple vapor absorption system, we have seen the each and every part, and we have seen the component working. Once again, I am repeating the simple vapor absorption system. Here first, we are finding that here we should be noted that ammonia in the water in the low pressure and temperature higher than its high pressure and temperature. So the generator is we are going to be provide to for the heating, and it contains these straws. Suppose we are discussing ammonia water in later on. So keep in the mind the function of absorber, generator, condenser, receiver, expansion valve, and evaporator. Only difference between the vapor compression system and vapor absorption system. In vapor absorption system, compressor is replaced by this system, because here you can find low pressure ammonia vapor is converted into the high pressure ammonia vapor. Next point, we are going to discuss the desirable properties of the binary mixtures. So, desirable properties of binary mixtures. First, we are going to see that it has great affinity to absorb the refrigerant used. This is first. Second, low surface tension to facilitate absorption of the refrigerant used. Third one, to remain liquid throughout its cycle. Next, low vapor at generator temperature and stable at highest temperature of the cycle. Next, fifth one is the low specific heat and low viscosity for the better heat transfer and minimum pump work. Now, next, we are going to see suitable pressure temperature relationship to meet the actual practical condition needed in various components of the system. So these are the some kind of the desirable properties. Next, desirable properties of refrigerant should be highly soluble of refrigerant at low temperature and low solubility at high temperature. So that will exist in the generator we are finding. Next, stability at all the temperatures. Next, chemical stability is also required. Next, other properties are considered are explosiveness, inflammability, toxicity, and reaction with metal, high latent heat of vaporization, freezing point, and its availability. So, generally, these points are required in the binary mixture. So these are the desirable properties of the vapor that refrigerant we are going to be used. So you can see this is the actual vapor absorption system, and this simple ammonia water vapor absorption system we are going to discuss in the next lecture. So first of all, we are going to see the points which we are going to be covered in today's lecture. In today's lecture, we have seen the points to be covered in this topic. Next, we have seen simple vapor absorption system introduction. Next, we have seen the diagrammatic representation and its working of the simple vapor absorption system. After that, we have seen the desirable properties of the binary mixture. So this is all about the today's lecture. Thank you.